How's it going, guys? It's Eclipse here, and welcome back to today's update news, which showcases the brand new map, or at least a returning map that we once had in World of Tanks. And of course, it is one that was already on console a while back that they then made a different variant of, and it is, of course, Airfield. And Airfield we can get into in a little more detail in just a second, but we'll cover the standard notes that Wargaming have given us for next week, and hopefully that'll be interesting for you guys. But first things first, what did we have last week? Well, we had the shptk, or the tier 8 tank destroyer from the Czech line, which you can check out my tank review if you're interested in seeing what this tier 8 tank destroyer is like. Short rundown, it's pretty good, a good DPM, really nice tank, and I think it's fairly consistent throughout the board. I don't think it's like super broken or anything like that, so that's a good thing. But yeah, in general, I really did enjoy this overall. But what else do we have with the update news? Well, we do indeed have the Airfield. So Airfield being the map that was already in World of Tanks, and essentially we have a few screenshots here which showcase this map. Now, much like Sunset Coast, which is the current map in the game that is literally Airfield, but with a lot more kind of foliage, there's a lot more greenery. Airfield is essentially a dusty map, so a lot less trees. It has the same exact layout pretty much, so there's no real changes, but you can see it in here. This is the hill area. This is the area like in which most people will fight over, and of course heavy tanks will typically go up here. Then you have this little ridge to go into the middle. You know where it is. I'm just trying to lay out exactly the kind of outline of everywhere. This is the camping TD hill that everyone goes in. This is that central place where the heavies go, so the main rocky outcrop, and essentially, yeah, just it's coming back. It's the better version, in my opinion, of the two maps, and I'm really looking forward to actually jumping in and playing it again since it's been a while. Of course, this is the Czech tier 8 tank destroyer that you can pick up as well, but other than that, we do indeed have some new content as well. So for those of you interested in applying some cosmetics in World of Tanks console, we do have 4 new cosmetics. So we've got the E100 here featuring one of them. You've got this kind of white, I guess it's maybe a winter camo variant. Then you've got this pink, which I'm assuming is like the urban. And then you've got this kind of greeny one. Maybe this is like a jungle camo or the foliage one, and then you've got like a desert camo here in the orange. I'm assuming that that's how they'll work. Maybe there'll be actually specific camos that just apply to all of them. I'm not entirely sure, but we can have a look at the actual update news, which may outline that just slightly better. But what else do we have? Well, bonus quests, earn XP and silver for completing certain quests. So it's your final kind of time to actually grind out a ton of silver at the moment today as of the recording and upload of this, because tomorrow the kind of XP or silver with interest operation that you can take advantage of right now will completely stop. So you won't be able to use it, and so you can't earn 3.6 million silver in one singular game anymore. Well, at least I would hope not. But the trade-in event is back, so there are the tanks available, so you can get your hands on the American one. So you've got the T-54E2, the Cries of the K, and the T-77. Bear in mind that the trade-in event is, in my opinion, just a basic scam. It doesn't actually, it's never really worth using unless you have like 3-marked the tank or 4-marked the tank, and you're never going to play your premium tank and you just specifically want another one, and that you can get it for free by trading in your vehicle. But yeah, for the most part, the trade-in event is not a good one, and you can see the details here. Essentially, what Wargaming want you to do is to give away one of your premiums that you already own, so you no longer own it, you cannot get it back, and then what you have to do is pay for a full price premium, so that will be, 12,000 gold or whatever it is, and then the tank that you trade in will be at half price of what you could buy it for. So, for example, if I paid 10,000 gold for my premium tank, I then come to the trading event. I go, I want to trade in this tank. It's 5,000 gold now. So you've lost 50% of the value of the tank. And then you're trading it in for a tank at full price, which often a lot of the tanks, if you just saved your gold, you could get at 50% discount anyway. So you're basically trading in a premium tank for absolutely no reason other than to get a 50% discount, which might not even be 50% discount on a tank in the game. So, you know, you could end up trading a 10k tank for, which would end up with 5k knocked off the total of a 15,000 gold tank, and you could actually end up trading a premium vehicle for a vehicle that is literally like 30% off, which may come out as 50% off like a month later, because you know what wargaming are like. So very much I am against actually going out and using the trading event. I think it's very, very rubbish, to be honest with you. And it's just not the way to go, in my opinion. But of course, you're down to your own opinion. Maybe you'd want to use it, but for me, absolutely not. And it's just a rubbish event, in my opinion. And it is like making it out like it's making it so much better for you and what have you, but it's just terrible. It's literally just what it is. But yeah, you can pick up a ton of tanks. I mean, if you want to go through the list, yeah, you can do. It's literally here, so you can just pause the video and have a look. I'm not going to go through them all because it'll take ages and there's not really any value in it. The premium bonus, however, which is the operation where you can essentially get 50% more silver and XP on the tank lines, is really, really good. So you can get the Progetto 65, which is the fantastic tank, and you can also pick up the 60 TP as well. So the Progetto 65, that is the top tier medium Progetto, essentially. You then got the 60 TP, which is the Polish heavy tank at tier 10, and the M8 AGS M3A2 Bradley, which is of course a Cold War vehicle. And so in grinding towards these, you will get 50% more silver on the game that you play and 50% more XP on the game that you play. So really, really fantastic. And that's on tiers 5 and above within the game, so you can play any of those vehicles leading up to them above tier 5 or tier 5 and above. So really nice. As far as some other stuff, we have the question and answers, which we can cover. So you can look at the FV 4005 in Era 1. It's a big negative to new players getting one shot, maybe move it to Era 2. It's an interesting idea. And I do see a lot of comments about the tank, and we can certainly look at this tank, and I appreciate the suggestion of moving it into Era 2. So essentially what someone said is that the FV 4005 in Era 1 of Cold War is overpowered, so they want to move it. Which I don't have a problem with. I think it's probably a bit too rubbish to be in Era 2, to be honest with you. But yeah, maybe they should just nerf it slightly or make it a little bit more in line with some of the other TDs. I believe it's like super fast in Cold War, like beyond super fast for a tank destroyer that literally deals like 1400 damage. But, you know, it is what it is. The other thing is, can we get the Italian TD soon? Wargaming have said we will see what we can do. They're pretty cool. So yeah, I guess that they'll be coming sometime in the next year, maybe. French Cold War tanks, when? No details to share just yet, but I assume it'll be this year again. Can you buff the UDES 15/16? The line is looking well at this time, so I think it's unlikely. Yeah, I found the UDES 15/16 line to be pretty decent. I think that they're not overpowered. They're in that very nice balanced spot, which is pretty rare for vehicles in World of Tanks. So I think that should be kept as it is, and I'm in line with Wargaming for once. When will the tier 10 skins be released? You can look forward to them coming later this month, so that's pretty nice. I'm looking forward to more cosmetics coming into the game. What is the next map coming after Airfield? And it is Swamp. So for those of you knowing what the maps are, if you've played World of Tanks for any length of time, I believe it's like 3 years since we've had Swamp in the game, so a long time. But Swamp is essentially like this, well, it is a swamp, for example, but it has like a castle in the middle. It's got a big dip in the middle, which is the swamp. You've then got like some areas where you can go and kind of cross against people, and you go up into like a heavy tank corner. You've then got like a more castle-y area as well, where you can go and fight as heavy tanks. And yeah, it's a really nice, interesting map, along with 2 ridge lines that people will basically camp on. But yeah, overall, really do enjoy Swamp, so I'm looking forward to actually playing that. Will they change the decision not to sell the Mila camo? This was an exclusive reward in the event, but maybe we can renegotiate a license in the future for players to get it. Wargaming. I'm absolutely sick to death of like them saying, oh, it's an exclusive reward, and then be like, here you go, you can sell it again. Don't make it an exclusive reward. Just don't tell people it's an exclusive reward if it's literally not. Like, completely pointless. I'd just keep it as that and then release another one that is similar, that is just different, that everyone can buy, because it completely defeats the whole point of people trying to actually get them. Why does it take months to return the damage numbers and ribbons when we get destroyed? It was the holidays, a lot of staff were off. I get that, to be fair. No one there to really action anything when it was holidays, but it will be trying to get it back as soon as possible, and it will be next season at the latest. So I mean, there you go. Kind of annoying, but can we get the camo bundles not tied to the environments? You can purchase them individually from the appearance tab if you prefer. So it is what it is. Double barrel tanks when? So we're aiming for this year. I mean, maybe they said that like 2 years ago, so I don't think we'll ever get them. Can we get the camo bundles not tied to... So this one I wanted to re-go over because I think Wargaming completely missed the point, is that they were trying to say like that you could just have any camo on any map that you want. And I'm actually a big advocate for this, because that could allow you to then just like repurchase camo on a tank. Because if we could save our like last history of buying camo, like it would save me personally an absolute ton of time. And I'm sure you guys, like, it's the most boring thing having to go in and purchase camo for silver, because I'm not spending 800 gold on every single tank that I own to put camo on. So it'd be really nice if we could just be able to like buy the camo that we've had previously and then just add it in. So but I don't know whether that'll ever come, but fingers crossed. You never know with Wargaming. And can we get Ramrod contracts? So sometime within the first quarter of the year, so first 3 months, of course. So until March. So Ramrod, I don't know. I mean, it's a pretty mediocre tank, maybe slightly okay, but at the end of the day, it's a low tier mercenary contract, so no one's that bothered about it. Lawgiver contract also within the first quarter of the year, and in the same month for this Ramrod, so you know that's that as well. And Cold War medals, no exact dates, but potentially later this year. I mean, the fact that this isn't even in the game, like, I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, that's the news, I guess. I don't know how I feel about some of this, but you know, I mean, at least we've got some content. I believe it's probably just down to that Christmas break that we haven't got a ton of stuff coming out, and I'm hoping that Wargaming really push on and start developing and start actually following up on some of their statements where they're saying that they're going to make stuff and then it always gets delayed and then it gets pushed back and then suddenly it disappears off the radar and then they end up like 2 years later saying that they'll do the exact same thing. But you know, never mind. Hopefully it's going to be deliverable, and I'm looking forward to the new map either way. Airfield should be a nice one to have back, but it's kind of annoying that they're just bringing one map back. It would have been nice for them to bring back Airfield, the original version, since it kind of feels a little bit cheap that we've already got the same map anyway. So yeah, it would have been nice to have them introduce Airfield and Swamp at the same time, but I can understand why they probably just want to delay it, because it means they don't have to make more maps every single time, so because they can satiate people with just one map each time, so less development, less money spent for no monetary gain, and so they can make more premium tanks. But you know how it is with Wargaming. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, and of course let me know what you think about the new map in quotation marks, and also the new camouflage that you can pick up that you can basically pay money for as well. Yeah, I'm interested to see what you guys have to say, and if you want any specific guides, any replays, any videos coming out soon, then let me know in the comment section down below, and hopefully I'll join you in the next one. Goodbye.